This is one of my favorite places to come. Spent a lot of time here when I was a kid, basically sort of learning how to grow up, so to speak. You know, a lot of, sort of innocent things. Spent a lot of time swimming. It's a reservoir here. Probably not supposed to swim here, but all things considered, it's pretty innocent. But yeah, a lot of relationships, a lot of friends, some girlfriends, different things you learn as you grow up. But now for me, this is just one of these places I can come to film. And so if you've been watching my channel, you probably realize, well, this video is starting a little bit different than most of my other videos. You know, I think about my channel and the reason why I started it in the first place and where I've come and where I want to go. Well, that's a little bit about what today is. And so I'm going to bring you, I guess, through a little bit of my thought process. I don't do that very often. I hold most of my cards pretty tight, and I think I usually try to stay pretty well tight to the script. But we're going to break that mold a little bit today. You know, I'm coming up in a few weeks on my 5-year channel birthday, which is pretty cool. And it makes me think about all the things that I've done and all the things that I want to do. And, I don't know, I reflect a little bit. And again, that's just a little bit about what today's about. So, I'm just going to talk to you guys, give you some insight, talk to you about some of the things that I've been thinking about, actually ask you some questions, give you the opportunity at this point. And if you've been following my channel, you pretty much know what I'm about. So this is an opportunity to maybe script this thing a little bit, change it up, mix it up, try something new. And that's what today is, a little bit of a vlog out here. And if you don't like this, you can blame my buddy Joe, because, well, we were talking and Joe said, you know what, you should start vlogging. I'm like, that's not really my style, but I'm willing to try. And so today, oh, this is beautiful. I'm just out here trying to enjoy the outside and thought, well, let's get this started. But in the meantime, this is nice. So when I first started my channel, I had a few main objectives in mind. First was, I really wanted the excuse to get outside. That's a big deal to me, living an active lifestyle and having fun out in the mountains and hiking and climbing and just getting out there. It's something that I have always done, like my whole life. And I went for a period of time without it. When I first started my channel, and some of you know this, but a lot of you probably don't, but I was really sick. I've battled sort of the repercussions of heavy-duty Lyme disease now for, I don't know, it's coming on like 7 years. But when I first started my channel, I was pretty much at my peak of sickness, and I didn't want to give up, and I just wanted to fight it, and I did. And part of that was staying active, getting outside, enjoying the outdoors, and starting backpacking. And to be honest, I didn't have a lot of the right gear. It was expensive. It cost a lot of money for me to get started. And I thought, for me, starting a channel, getting involved, and really just picking my way through, it would make a difference. And it really did. I mean, everything I set out to do has really been working. So, and that's where all these gear reviews come into play. But, and again, reaching out to you guys, it's like, how many gear reviews can I possibly do? I mean, it's again and again and again, and that's important, and I appreciate it. I gotta go this way. And it's always going to be a big part of my channel, but I want to be much more than that. I want to be a more critical thinker than that. I want to do bigger things than that. I want to create better content and just have other opportunities that come from experimenting with things other than gear reviews. So, that's really, in a way, what this is. So I've looked at 2021. Coming out of 2020, I've had some incredible incredible successes. Just really great stuff. My channel's going well. My knives, and if you're not familiar, my TFK T17 lineup is doing well. So, you know, how can I continue from that success and build it and grow it and take it to the next level? Well, I'll let you in on a little bit of that. But what about some of the other opportunities? You know, I've had an opportunity now to work with some pretty awesome people. You know, I've worked with a lot of incredible companies. I mean, that's kind of the easy one for me. But it's how do you get to some of those other personalities and make things happen? And when I look at where things wrapped up in 2020, you know, I was able to work with E.J. Snyder. I was able to work with Walter Matthews. I was able to work with Joe Flowers. I was even able to interview. I was the first interview for Roland Welker, who had won the 100-day challenge on season 7 of Alone. When you look at some of those successes, believe me, that doesn't come easy. I mean, that comes with pushing and grinding and talking and planning, emails and correspondence, just constant planning, hours and hours of research, not to mention the filming, the editing, the posting, and that stuff all comes at a price. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm at a point now where my time is at a premium. I really need to pay attention to the details. Every single move I make needs to count because I don't have time for anything other than that. So I guess, you know, that's a question to you guys. What do you want to see? And, you know, I find that my gear reviews are always solid. I try to be very realistic, open, and honest. I try to get interesting products and mix it up. And I try to take it a little bit different than the other guys out there. I don't want to do the same style review, but at the same time, it's kind of, in a way, sometimes what it needs to be. So what do you guys want to see? I mean, what types of videos? What do you see that I've put out over the past 5 years that you've greatly enjoyed? What things didn't you like? What do you want to see moving forward? Because I have the ability now to focus on the next 5 years, to make the next 5 years better, bigger, more maybe media driven in a way, but at the same time, it's got to count. And so another aspect of what I'm doing today, apart from filming this video and more than anything else, just getting some good exercise, but I've been on the hunt for a long time now. I'm talking since I started my channel to find a good place for a quality bushcraft shelter. Now, I'm not saying like, you know, I'm the most hardcore bushcraft guy, but I really do want a place where I can make a nice shelter. I can get out here. It's a place where I have resources. I can build the shelter, which is part of the fun. But then I also have a place where I can come, I can film, I can just get away from the noise. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You know, it's not my studio, it's not my backyard. I can get here reasonably quick. It does actually take me a little bit to get here, but you know, it's worth it. And so yeah, it's not easy to find a place that you can call your own. You can skirt away from everybody else. Get a place that's nice and quiet. Make a shelter, and especially a shelter that people aren't going to mess with. I'm not quite in the right area for that, but if I can find it, I will build it. And that is one of my 2021 goals. I really want to build a shelter this year. And just something reasonable. Like I said, nothing too crazy, but I think that would be nice. I would enjoy it. It would be good for me. I think it would be good for my channel. And I'm hoping I can take you guys along for that journey. I started talking about my knives. And that's something that is so important to me, that everything that I do needs to have in the back of my mind the ability to be, I would say, calculated, careful, I need to be respectful and professional, because in order for me to grow and continue to get further and further along with not just the guys at TFK but other companies, I'm going to need those relationships, and I'm going to need to build those opportunities. I can tell you already, and for people who aren't watching this vlog, they're probably not going to get the same inside information as people who do. But yeah, I actually have some opportunities coming up. A year ago, this time, I only had one model out there. That was the T17, which eventually became the T17.6. Well, now I have the .5L, the .5S, the .3. You're going to see very soon, I actually have a T17.4 coming out in very short time. So by the time this video is edited and posted, I might even have a prototype headed my way. So that's a big deal. So that means in a year's time, I've gone from basically one model to 5. Well, I'll tell you what, it's actually closer to 7. I actually have 2 other projects in the pipeline right now coming your way, both with manufacturers, and I can't talk any more about it, but if things go well, you're going to start to see some activity. So not only am I, in a good spot with the amazing guys at TNF Family Knives, but now I have a couple of other amazing manufacturers working with me. So those opportunities are huge, and they're continuing to come into 2021. Now, something that you're used to seeing, and unfortunately this year was a little bit messed up, but I do intend on continuing to go to the trade shows. If things settle down in this world, I'm hoping again to make it to Blade, at least east in Atlanta. Who knows how things go. Actually, if things progress considerably, I may even contemplate going to West. But SHOT Show is such a huge show, and it's so amazing, and the connections are so vast, and it's just incredible to see what's coming. So not having SHOT Show this year is a real big setback. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So adapt and improvise and move on and just keep focused. So without SHOT Show, my connections probably slowed down a little bit, opportunities slowed down a little bit, but that just means finding new ways to continue to build relationships and grow. And more than anything, maybe I just focus on the relationships I already have and just make sure they're super strong and active. So with that, some of the things that you saw in 2020, some of the brands that I was really excited about: Helicon Tex, Vertex, Tops Knives. Some just great brands. I've had a relationship working with the guys from VanQuest. Just awesome guys, awesome products. And so my intent is to continue on, leverage those relationships both for me and for them. The work that reviewers do is really strong for the entire industry, but for the individual brands, of course. And so just continuing on with those relationships and continuing to grow, that's going to be a big deal. So at this point, I'm actually bushwhacking a little bit and trying to get off the beaten path. So theoretically, I could take a path at least all the way to here, and then the tricky part is, well, even if I get in here and have myself a good spot for a shelter, who can find it? And how many other trails are literally directly beside it? Because every time I've thought I've had a spot, I can tell you, I turn the corner and there's another mountain biker hiking trail literally like within yards. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes, look around here and see if this is a good viable spot, but so far I kind of like what I'm seeing. Well, and so regardless of if this is a spot where I could potentially make a camp or not, either way, this is where I'm hanging out today. It's a nice spot. I got the sun coming through. It's a warm day. It's cold out, but with the sun and just activity, it feels good. A little bit windy, but definitely nice. So, you know what? mission accomplished. I got out here, just gonna make a little coffee. I'm talking to you guys. Even though I'm by myself, I'm talking to you, but that's the messed up part with these videos. By the time you're watching this, who the heck knows where I am and what I'm doing? It's always on a delay, but it's just one of those weird things. But yeah, you know, it's time for coffee. All right, so coffee's on. 2021. All right, so for me, and again, I've started talking about some of this stuff, but one of my very first goals was to draw 100 knife designs, and I'm actually pretty far along in that already. You know, to me, when you do something again and again and again and again, you learn, you improve, you grow. But in this case, all of that is definitely true, but it also is my potential energy. I always firmly believe in building potential energy, and if you don't spend time to do it, it can never become kinetic. And so unless you put something into motion, in other words, it's just not going to happen. And so for me, you know, drawing 100 designs, well, I'm going to grow, I'm going to learn, but it's my potential. And so that's the thing. So my goal is to draw 100 designs, refine 10 of those, and get them really tight and presentation worthy and ready to go. And if I have it my way, well, hopefully I get to pitch 5 of those. And let's see what happens, you know? So that's a big goal. And, you know, I have a lot of good thoughts about it. I have a lot of good direction. I know what I want to do. I know what my designs are going to be like, and I know kind of exactly what I'm trying to accomplish. So I have a pretty clear mind on it, but will it come to fruition? Only time will tell. And again, I don't just want to be a review channel. You know, for me, it's about getting out here. And the most important thing is just gaining skills. And it's too bad because a lot of my more skill-based videos, and I have some really good ones. And if you go back, you'll notice I was really successful building a bow drill set. Actually using a knife that I was testing, and then just got the entire thing going and was like extremely successful with friction fire. Most recently, just a great video with Walter Matthews doing some skills challenges related to the 5 C's, most specifically combustion methods. You know, those videos for me, they don't get a lot of views. They take a huge amount of time to produce them. They're actually some of my better videos, and at that, actually demonstrate the skills. So for me, getting more and more into the skills, learning more, trying different things, you know, I really want to break the mold. And I mean, that's another thing. I really am looking to you guys to say, you know, are you interested in just more knife batoning? I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to test knives. That's a big part of my channel. But I want to do it a different way. I want to do it more creative, and I want to bring in different aspects, and I don't want to be stagnant. In 5 years from now, I don't want to be doing another hard use batoning video that really is only testing the, you know, heat treat and quality of a knife. I mean, that's a big part of it, but I can do it in other ways. I can be more creative about it, and I can personally learn and grow more. You know, are you guys interested in that? Are you interested in even seeing that? Because if not, obviously my channel will fall apart, but for me and my personal growth, I kind of need it. So anyway, those are my thoughts. You know, I really want to grow in skills. And so I just thought about it. I'm like, okay, well, you know, typically for me, I do about 8 videos a month. That's 96 videos over the course of a year. So if I put 25% of those into something that's related around skills, well, that means I need to produce 2 skills videos a month. That's not bad. I could do that. I would actually enjoy that. And if you think about learning 2 skills a month, that's pretty sweet. And you know what? Maybe you guys can go out there and try it too. And then you're going to learn and you're going to grow, and everybody sort of benefits. So, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to think about with my channel, not just staying stagnant, but really some good personal and like channel growth this year. And for me, and I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but design is not all about knives. And I haven't talked about this at all, but I actually have a hammock system in the works. You know, for me, hiking, camping, backpacking, hammocks and tents are extremely important. My ability to have a good quality shelter, and a good quality sleep system. It's extremely important. I've actually already started working on a tarp. That's been in the works now for a couple years, and just things take time and don't always go exactly according to plan. So, that's hanging out there. And I also want to start working on designing a backpack, because to me, by the end of this, again, this is not just about gear reviews for me. It's about growth and personal development and creating a brand, and hopefully something that, if it goes well, I can actually pass on to my kids. And so, taking my design ideas, design elements, my review knowledge and capabilities and experience, and kind of pushing that all together into a brand. Well, I don't talk about that much. I hold my cards, but if you're going to watch my vlog, you're going to get a little bit more of the behind the scenes. But with that, I do need to reduce my commitment to reviews by a little bit. I mean, again, they're going to be an important part of my channel, but I take on a lot of commitments. I carry stuff around all the time that I have to review. A lot of the stuff that I've put out on my channel is because I told somebody I was going to do it for them. I don't want those commitments. I want my commitments, my time. I want to take some of that back, and I want to make content that's for me, not for other people. So, again, it's an important part of my channel, but I don't want it to be what drives me. And I want to have some scheduled events. I've never done that yet with my channel. I want to schedule some things and have some events, and I don't know exactly what yet, but I do have ideas and some things that I think would be hopefully a little more community driven, but we'll see how that goes. And something else that comes with, again, me sort of, I would say, stepping away from reviews a little bit, my gear collection, man. When I set out to do this, I had no idea it was going to go the way it did. I have so much stuff. It's killing me. I'm kind of swamped. It's a good problem to have. It's not a bad problem, and I am not complaining. It's just reality. I mean, as a reviewer, you end up with a lot of stuff. I have bags and bags and packs and packs and shelters and shelters and tarps, and I have redundancy. I can legitimately outfit probably 4 or maybe 5 people with very solid, reasonable, and I'm not going to say ultralight, but like manageable, lightweight backpacking kits to go out for like a number of days. Like, that's too much. So I am currently thinning the herd. So I do actually at this point have an eBay store where, if you're interested in helping support my channel, that's something that, if you want some reasonable gear, all my stuff is well maintained and well taken care of. I'm trying to sell stuff for fair prices. I'm not saying cheap, and I'm not giving it away, because I'd rather just keep it if I was going to give it away. But if you want to support my channel, you can go to my Outer Limitless eBay store. So hop onto eBay, search around a little bit, you're going to find me. I have a lot of things that are kind of as seen on YouTube. It's all the stuff that I've reviewed. So that's a way that you can help support me. So if you're interested in, getting a piece of the Outer Limitless gear collection, and, having some stuff that's been filmed, or you've seen it on my channel, or you liked it, or maybe you're even in the market for something. I'm going to have a lot of gear constantly going up there. It's not perfect. It's, it's in really good condition, but it's not perfect. But at the same time, it will help support me and help me continue to move forward with some of these ambitions. So anyway, that's another big part of 2021. And so, well, now I have my coffee. It's ripping hot, but I think that's enough for today. I know the video quality wasn't the best. I know that, the format wasn't quite so polished, but that's okay. I spent so much time. When you look at my early videos, they were such a mess. And I'm proud of them because I did it and I started. And at a time when I was sort of at my worst, being really sick, I pushed through. I have put through a minimum of 2 videos a week every single week without fail. Like, you guys have probably never been like, well, what the heck? Where's Eric? Where's Outer Limitless? Where did he go? Where are his videos? Because I've never taken a break. Not once. Not during vacations, not during illness or sickness or, work, family. I have a full-time job. I have 3 kids. I have other things that I do. But I get this done. And I get it done consistently and regularly. And, I'm not done by any means. In fact, I'm kind of just getting started. I just want to mature. and sometimes I just want to take it easy, and that's what today is. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit of a vlog. Joe from Survival Attitude, you know, this is because of you, man. So thank you, Joe. You've been a big support, and you know, a great asset to me, great friend, and you know, again, a great asset to the channel. A lot of these things are, you know, through our discussions and our talks, and I greatly appreciate that. And for all of you watching who have been here the entire time, man, it's huge. You know, thank you very much for everything. You know, I love the relationships and the discussions, and they're, you know, they're one line at a time in comments, but some of you I've been going back and forth with now for years, and it does mean a lot. So anyway, that's a little look behind the curtain, little future direction, some thought process, and I'm hoping more of this to come. I'll probably do, I don't know, maybe one of these a month if I can. Just get out here, enjoy the wilderness, and you know what? I'm gonna start thinking a little bit here. Enjoy the sun, lay back, drink my coffee, and I'm gonna figure out what's next. See you guys.